And now, please rise for the entrance of Father President and distinguished members of the Platform Party.
Good morning. My name is Lisa Kloppenberg, and I serve as interim provost. It is my pleasure to welcome our distinguished guests, members of the university boards, deans and faculty, parents, family, and friends, and members of the graduating class of 2019 to the university's 168th commencement exercises. Please remain standing for the national anthem and for the invocation. The national anthem will be sung by students Nicholas Cabrera, Charlie Crawford, Connor Luceye, Catherine Newcomb, Elliot Nichols, Sophia Parnell, Mark So, and Andy Vinakauskas.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars o'er the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red gleam, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you for your beautiful singing. As we celebrate, we pause to acknowledge that Santa Clara University sits on the land of the Ohlone and Muwekma Ohlone people, who trace their ancestry through the missions Dolores, Santa Clara, and San Jose. We remember their connection to this region and give thanks for the opportunity to live, work, learn, and pray on their traditional homeland. Let us take a moment of silence to pay respect to their elders and to all Ohlone people, past and present. Aurelie Celeste Hernandez, a Fulbright scholar and graduating senior from Napa Valley, California, with 3 majors in ethnic studies, Spanish, and political science, will open the commencement with a prayer.
Buenos días and good morning. We gather today from different faith traditions, cultures, and backgrounds to celebrate the end of our time here at Santa Clara. We pause to give thanks for this day in which we celebrate a milestone in a journey made possible by our families, ancestors, friends, campus workers, professors, and mentors. They have been our support system, our motivation, and our guiding light throughout these past years. Today, we also remember those who are not here with us. We pray for those trapped in our prison system, the unhoused, those who could not make it because of work, and those who have passed on from this life. We pray for those seeking safety from violence, for those demanding justice in the midst of oppression, and for those whose voices have been silenced. We pray for Sudan. Dear God, we pray for a radical transformation of our hearts and our society. Open our eyes to all forms of oppression and injustice. Guide us to fight for the rights of the poor, the oppressed, the sick, and the marginalized. May we hunger and thirst for justice always, and in doing so, may we seek and find God and each other. We are grateful for our opportunities and experiences here at SCU. As we begin a new chapter in our lives, may we continue to act in solidarity, truth, and love. Que Dios nos bendiga. May God bless us all. Amen.
Muchas gracias, Aurelie. Everyone, please be seated. It is my privilege now to introduce the president of Santa Clara University, Reverend Michael Eng of the Society of Jesus, who will offer some words.
Mr. Sheen, Mr. Sobrato, distinguished guests, colleagues, families, and friends, and graduates of Santa Clara University. Welcome to all of you, and congratulations, graduates, on reaching this milestone. You've made it, and your faculty and staff take great pride in you after all their teaching, mentoring, advocating for you throughout your years at Santa Clara. And equally proud, your family and friends have continuously supported you, sacrificed for you, and loved you. So let's take a moment and applaud both the faculty, the staff, and those who have loved you and your families and who've done so much for you. So give them your best. Thank you, all of these people here. Today I share with you graduates the excitement and the apprehensions about leaving this campus. We're all beginning new journeys beyond Santa Clara. You, to work, graduate study, post-baccalaureate service, travel. For me, I face a sabbatical and a new Jesuit assignment. It's time for us to move on, as well as reflect on our experiences here at Santa Clara. Yes, even presidents possess feelings and memories like your own. And I recall too clearly the excitement of learning new things, the agony of making difficult decisions, the joy of collaborating with people who became friends, the disappointment of falling short. the pride in achievements, and now the uneasiness of what is to come, the unknown. I've experienced all that. We have experienced all that together. So personally, I continue to need your prayers, your kindness, your forgiveness, and I ask that you extend that grace to others you encounter in the world. The new employee sitting next to you in that person's first day at work, your boss, your clients, your students or customers, and the incoming administration of your alma mater. And at the end of the day, we're all human with our strengths and our flaws, and maintaining that humanity is so central to who we are and the world we want. Such is my hope for you and for Santa Clara. And as you pursue your passion in life, as you continue to develop your potential, as you live your deeper values, may you hear the world's needs that speak to your heart, that stir your conscience. May each of you respond and contribute in your own explicable ways to build a universe worthy of God's dream. And I pray that you find new ways to live Santa Clara's Jesuit ideals of creating a more just, humane, and sustainable world. As I've said so often, our world needs Santa Clara for its mission, for its faculty and staff, and above all, the world needs you, its graduates. So God bless you all, and as St. Ignatius of Loyola must be saying in heaven, go Broncos. Thank you.
Thank you, Father Ng, for your inspiring remarks and for all you've done for the Bronco family over the last decade. Santa Clara University is pleased to recognize a number of our exemplary students for their achievements, service to others, and contributions to the university. Their lives serve as a model and inspiration to us all. The Peter Hans Kolvenbach S.J. Award recipient and the Nobly and St. Clair medalists for the class of 2019 will be introduced by Jeannie Rosenberger, Vice Provost for Student Life. Father Ng will present the awards.
The Peter Hans Kolvenbach Award is given by the President to a graduating senior who exemplifies the ideals of a Jesuit education, especially being a whole person of solidarity in the real world and having the courage and faith to build a more just and humane world. The Peter Hans Kolvenbach S.J. Award is given to Cooper Anthony Shear. The St. Clair Medal is given to the female graduate who is judged outstanding in personal character, school activities, and overall contribution to the university. The St. Clair Medal is awarded to Madeline K. Eichen. Photo? The Nobly Medal is awarded to the male graduate who is judged outstanding in personal character, school activities, and overall contribution to the university. The Nobly Medal is awarded to Evan Zhao Chen.
Congratulations, Cooper, Madeline, and Evan. Other students who've received prizes and awards are noted in your commencement program with their honors listed next to their names. Each year, the university bestows its highest honor, the honorary doctorate, on individuals who embody the ideals of Jesuit education and model the university's commitment to fashioning a more humane, just, and sustainable world. John A. Sobrato, member of the Board of Trustees and Chairman Emeritus of the Sobrato Foundation, will introduce the first honoree.
Good morning. Today, we recognize Barry and Molly Swenson for their work as dedicated business and community leaders. Generations of Swensons have witnessed and participated in the profound transformation of the Valley of Heart's Delight into the world-renowned Silicon Valley. As that growth continues, they have sought to address both conscientious urban planning as well as the plight of individuals and families in need. For decades, their philanthropy has benefited a variety of organizations, particularly those that help children. They have modeled the Jesuit values that Santa Clara teaches its students, to be women and men for others. For your lifetime and generous and gracious service, Santa Clara University presents to you the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service. We will present Barry with the traditional hood for public service degree, but Molly will receive the hood formerly given to Lorna Pinelli, her very dear friend and bridge partner, who received the same honor last year before succumbing to cancer.
Reverend Richard Cobb, S.J., longstanding member of the Bellarmine College Preparatory, will introduce our next honoree.
Reverend Gerald Wade, your commitment to Jesuit secondary education has transformed the lives of young men you have taught and counseled over your long and full lifetime. You have inspired generations of students and their families through your decades of service at Bellarmine College Preparatory, where you have been a president, chancellor, and trustee. You have been a voice of wisdom on matters of faith and have helped ensure that an emphasis on justice will be a mark of Jesuit education. You remain beloved for your ministry to alumni and friends of Bellarmine and other members of the local community. Your presence at significant periods in their lives has filled them with grace and peace. For embodying Jesuit ideals to generations of young people and for living out your vocation with generosity, Santa Clara University presents to you the honorary degree of Doctor of Education. Over here? Okay.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon the Swensons and upon Father Wade the honorary degrees honoris causa.
Debbie Tomasabi, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will announce our next honoree.
Will Martin Sheen please come forward? Martin Sheen, you are an influential actor and activist known for your work and passionate dedication to faith and justice. Your career in film and television demonstrates a lifelong commitment to the dramatic arts that moves people's hearts. Motivated by the belief that all people are created in the image of God, you have campaigned for the rights of workers, immigrants, and the homeless, and fought for their dignity. As a renowned actor, you have brought to the stage and screen our common humanity in all its complexity. In your words and deeds, you embody our rich Catholic and Jesuit heritage while also inspiring joy. For your many contributions that reflect the vision and values of Santa Clara University, we present to you the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Going to stand on his left. Right there. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa.
I invite Mr. Sheen to deliver the commencement address.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Father Michael. And I hope you'll understand why I did not wear the motorboard. Not only does it muss up my hair, but my IQ drops 20 points whenever I put on a hat. So I didn't think this would be an appropriate place to wear one. Congratulations to the class of 2019, and peace be with you. The Irish tell the story of a man who arrives at the gates of heaven and asks to be let in. St. Peter says, "Of course, just show us your scars." The man says, "I have no scars." St. Peter says, "What a pity. Was there nothing worth fighting for?" We are called to find something in our lives worth fighting for, something that can unite the will of the Spirit with the work of the flesh, something that can help lift up this nation and all its people to that place where the heart is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depths of truth and tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sands of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action into that heaven of freedom, my Father. Let our country awake. Some of you may have recognized that poem from Rabindranath Tagore, the Indian poet laureate. I learned that poem while I was in India doing a small part in Gandhi.
Some of you may remember that film. It was very successful everywhere, but nowhere was it more successful than in my community in Hollywood. Go figure, but it's true. Everyone in Hollywood loved Gandhi. Everyone in Hollywood wanted to be just like Gandhi, thin, tan, and moral. I'm so honored to share this special moment with you, although last night my ego took a terrible, terrible blow as I was checking in at the hotel up in San Jose. Two young girls came running up to me all excited. Oh, they said, "Sir, we love you so much. You are our favorite person in all the world. Please, 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 could we have your autograph?" Of course I said, and I signed for both of them. As they walked away, I overheard one say to the other, "I can't make out his handwriting. Who did you say he was?" It's not easy being Sheen. Now, I want to take a moment now to draw your attention to a serious labor issue here at SCU, which is the subject of these flyers distributed this morning. Okay. Okay, I am a guest here, of course, not a mediator, and while I confess I do not know the entire history of what's at issue here, but I do know what's at stake. I have been an active union member literally all my adult life, and I stand in solidarity with the adjunct faculty and lecturers. And I support their efforts to form a union. Further, I urge the administration to please allow them to vote. The students and faculty supporting the union will be outside the ceremony afterwards if you would like to support their efforts as well. Thank you so much. Now, to my charge. Thank you. There was a theatrical agent who came into his office every morning and asked his secretary the same question year after year. Who killed Lincoln? And the secretary would respond with the same answer year after year, day after day. An actor. And the agent said, "Don't ever let me forget that." I've been an actor all of my life. In fact, I have no conscious memory of ever not being an actor. But while acting is what I do for a living, activism is what I do to stay alive. Of course, if you grow up in a very large, poor immigrant family, chances are you're either Irish Catholic or Hispanic. And I was lucky enough to be both. So I had a head start when it comes to social justice activism. Both of my parents were immigrants. My father was Francisco Estevez, born July 2nd, 1898, near Vigo, Spain, in northern Spain. My mother was Mary Ann Phelan, born May 22nd, 1903, in Borrisokane County, Tipperary, the center of the Irish Republic. They met and fell in love in Dayton, Ohio, and they were married in 1927. They had 12 pregnancies, 10 survived, 9 boys, 1 girl. I was their 7th son, and my real name is Ramon, which I have never officially changed, and I hope that that's the name on the certificate that I just received. If it's not, I can change it. Other than my mother's sudden death in 1951, I lived a pretty normal life growing up in the Midwest in the 1950s. I played sports, I loved girls, rock and roll, and James Dean, and I dreamed of becoming an actor just like him. I left home in 1959 to pursue that dream in New York City, where my adult life was shaped in large part by the people and the events of that remarkable and turbulent decade in the middle of the last century, where it seemed the bullet had replaced the ballot as the preferred method of change. We struggled to end the war and ban the bomb, and we marched for civil rights. John and Robert Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X had a profound and lasting effect on all of us. And despite their horrible assassinations, we struggled through the 60s clinging to the absolute certainty that lost causes are the only causes worth fighting for, and that nonviolence is the only weapon to fight with. We accepted that cup as offered, not altered, because we shared a common vision and a deep thirst for that mysterious nurturement called grace that soared up and flowed out of all those times and places wherever noble men and women gathered for social justice and human rights, men like Dan Berrigan and women like Dorothy Day, who gathered to engage in heroic acts of nonviolent resistance that took our breath away and renewed the face of the earth. Each time someone stands up for an ideal, or acts to improve the lot of others, or strikes out against injustice, they send forth a tiny ripple of hope, and crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current which can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and injustice. Those words were spoken at the University of Cape Town, South Africa in 1966 by Robert Francis Kennedy. And they have been a powerful source of inspiration for my generation ever since. The more the world changes, the more it remains the same, I believe, because the most important needs of every human being on earth are not only food, clothing, and shelter, but equally the need for justice, healing, and mercy. Without the latter, the former are useless. It is the gross inequality of food, clothing, and shelter that divides us, of course. But it is the absolute necessity for justice, healing, and mercy that unites us. Surely, if we are all made in the image and likeness of God, then each and every one of us is a self-portrait of the Creator. Which brings me to the story of the high school teacher who asked her freshman class to draw anything they want one day. She said, just let your imagination run with wild. And so they did. And by, the teacher went around the class to see what they'd chosen to draw. And she stopped at this one young girl's desk and she said, excuse me, love, what are you drawing? And the girl said, I'm drawing a picture of God. And the teacher said, oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry, but no one knows what God looks like. And the young girl said, they will in a minute. All things being equal, I don't believe anyone can ever teach us any fundamental moral truth that we don't already know instinctively. But the challenge lies in accepting the responsibility for that knowingness. So whether we choose to acknowledge it or not, we are all responsible for each other and the world, which is exactly the way it is because consciously or unconsciously, we have made it so. And while none of us made any of the rules that govern the universe, we do make all the rules that govern our own hearts and minds. And we are all beneficiaries of the millions and millions of heroic strangers that have gone before us over the centuries from every corner of the earth, and who assure us that the world is still a wonderful and safe place despite our fears. And we're not asked to do great things. We are asked to take greater care of the environment and the very least among us. Such an ideal is rare in a culture of so many compromised values and so much cynicism, a culture that all too often knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. And yet, there remains a very real and mysterious yearning deep within each and every human heart that compels us to reach outside of ourselves and serve others for our own sake. This yearning is a manifestation of our true selves, and though it will always bring rejection from the crowd, it will always equally bring satisfaction to our hearts. And it will always be costly. If this were not so, of course, we would be left to question its value. Over the entire history of the human race, every truth began as blasphemy, and no one has ever made a contribution of any real worth without self-sacrifice, personal suffering, and sometimes even death. So, now what? Or, as Jet Bartlett used to say on the West Wing, what's next? Well, I wish I knew, friends, but if the past is prologue, I'm afraid the road ahead is a dead end. Unless, of course, you decide to rebuild that road to your own specifications and trust your own instincts. And remember, the only things you can carry with you on your journey are the things which you cherish and are willing to give away with love, including your precious time and talent. And remember this above all, you'll know that you're on the right track if you see this sign. Caution, one heart with courage is a majority. I began my remarks with a poem by Tagore to honor our nation, and I would like to conclude with a poem by Emma Lazarus that honors our nation's immigrants, which, as I mentioned, includes both of my parents. America is the oldest country in the world because it was the first to enter the 20th century. And the foundation of America's incredible success was built and maintained by the millions and millions of immigrants who poured in from every corner of the world when America held its doors open wider and kept them open longer than any other nation on earth. 21st century immigration is a deeply complex issue, and it's worthy of an honest, informed, and compassionate debate, not biased rhetoric or blame or reckless blame. And my prayer is that the moral compass of that debate will be governed by the command of the prophet Isaiah to welcome and protect the alien among us, ever mindful that we too were once strangers in a strange land. And from time to time, I think we Americans need a gentle reminder that the most powerful image we project to the world is still that lady in New York Harbor. Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here, at our sea-washed, sea-sunk gates, stands a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lightning, and her name is Mother of Exiles. Her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that twin cities frame, and from her beacon hand glows a worldwide welcome. Keep, O ancient lands, your storied pomp, cries she with silent lips. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuge of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest-tossed to me. I lift my lamp and my heart beside the golden door. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sheen, for your stirring remarks calling us to justice. On behalf of everyone gathered this morning, I'd like to express our deep appreciation for your remarkable contributions to making our world more just and humane. We now turn to the main celebration of the day to honor each student in the class of 2019. The trustees of the university, on recommendation of the faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in them by the state of California, will, through the president of the university, confer degrees on those who now will be presented. During the awarding of the degrees, please hold your applause until all graduates have received their diplomas. Each graduate's picture will be taken by the university photographer, so we ask that no personal photos be taken in the area set aside for graduates. Lastly, please remain seated through the remainder of the ceremony. The valedictorian will address the class after all graduates have been named. The alumni picnic will not open until the conclusion of the entire commencement program. Dr. Debbie Tomasabi, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will present the candidates for Bachelor of Arts degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences. Professor Michael Whalen of the Department of Communication will read aloud the names of the graduates from the college. Please wait until he has said your name before walking across the stage.
Candidates who have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the College of Arts and Sciences, please rise. Father President, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the college and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Arts as indicated by your Dean. Congratulations.
Please be seated until you are directed to rise. Will the first row please come forward? Congratulations, Pauline Ugalde. Daniel Gao. Anna Marie Hoshowski. Liam Thomas Francis Burns. Yi Kit Ko. Romwell Sean Sevilla. Jessica Renee Geis. Andrea Rollo. Carolyn Mary Grimes. Bevan Grace McCullough. Nicole Victoria Wynn. Sean Young. Michael Barrett Block. Kimmy Emiko Elizabeth Andrew. Isandra Lufboro. Jason Daniel Kiorian. Daniela Baez. Jasmine Vanessa Feeney. Christian Rachel Broderick. Emily Henrietta Wilson. Lauren Adams McHugh. Kira Lee Hammer. Lena Sarah Arfon Jones. Sophia Eileen Kurt. Colleen Marie Cunane. Emma Marie Markey. Matthew David Hauser. KJ Lorenz Fagan. Luke Randall Martin Resnick. Kevin George. Alexandra Jane Carter. Alec A. Gonzalez. Henrik Jaderston. Duffy Margaret Joan Moyer. Melissa Ann Lauder. Wyatt Barabee. Jordan Michaela Dawkins. Kitty Kenyon. Cora Mitchell. Marin Elizabeth Strait. Andrew Jial Gu. Dara Noel Fallon. Excuse me. Catherine Ann Muleg. Dior Ikeda. Alexa Angela Diaz. Isabel Fernandez Hernandez. Rosino Ali Lagan. Asa Sweetser. Natalie Maria Catwan. Ellen Rose Wagner. Lane Gail Crowder. Lillian Pauline Morgan. Katie Chapman. Carolyn Grace Merkin. Alexa Eva Honighausen. Graham Marinelli. Bobby Vithanagay. Jackson Lawrence Newsmith. Allison Claire U. McLaughlin. Laura Schwab. Jackie Villarreal. Laura Kaiser Addison. Julia Grace Sullivan. Tara Ann Karanik. Melissa Ann Moody. Jenny Walsh. Christina Antonia Leggio. Caitlin Ann O'Hara. Mariana Estefania Orosio Gonzalez. Samantha Rella Boucher. Hannah Frances Block. Mary Elizabeth Bueller. Haley Marie Street. Aria Claire Berluti. Hannah Solomon. Andrea Jane G. Ivana Pham. Derek Matthew Gitmed. Rachel Lynn Napolitan. Julia Joyce. Ethan Juhan Biebernis. Leah Elizabeth Sinatro. Catherine Maris Newcomb. Thon Tho Tron Do. Elizabeth Kelly. Victoria Ojutande. Alia Avraman Zaid. Michelle Carmen Yao. Morgan Haley Modesto. Sarah Norma Joba Mount. Michaela Ann Bauchio. Bridget Rose Moriarty. Meredith Isabel McLennan. Cecilia Eliza Bowles. Taryn Devereaux DeBrain. Liana Marie Viselli. Henry Bowen Kendall. Jeffrey Thomas Camphy. Ivana Kisino. Sophie Davis Pollock. Sarah Ann Clearman. Megan Lorraine Anderson. Emma Welsh. Josephina Marie Barcy. Tara Nicole Benna. Danielle DeRoser. Jessica Maroyer. Laura Stewart Blake. Hannah Catherine Grotman. Christian Isaac Sheehan. Alexander M. Sahlberg. Henry Dog Ash. Armando Milan Marrero. John Adams Rebelati. Daniel Omar Sepulveda. Chloe Woods. Leslie Ramos. Serena Rawls Futch. Anna Gravois. Nicole Lynn Soto. Joshua Matthew Kendall. Isabel Elisa Ibera. Daniel Tapia. Madeline Clarissa White. Joseph Curran. Cooper Anthony Shear. Alex Argos Dubrovner. Kimberly Marie Munier. Alex Walter Aherns. Alex Casiano. Nicholas Cabrera. Anna Videri. Sophia Anik Parnell. Anna Stiles. Katyani Ira Pafak. Lydia K. Davidson. Sierra A. Mink. Batul Zahar Haider. Cherry Ng Chai Eng. Kara Fumiko Tanaka. Ryder Daly. Hana Zan. Kimberly McLean Grande Soriano. Julio Omar Garcia Jimenez. John Philip Sakihara Tuttle. Adrian Starlight Garfias. Isabella Raquel Rios. Iris Stephanie Bonilla. Heather Ray Stewart. Bailey Fairbanks. Olivia Talley. Caitlin Wheeler. Michelle Tennant. Sylvia Sanguinetti. Sarah Elizabeth Moore. Mally D. Holmes. Grace De Christina. Miles Clayton Elliott. David Kerr. Michaela Louise Parnetti. Patricia Rose Kenshaw. Riley Christine O'Connell. Benjamin John Manclark. Severo Wainwright Mustone. George Luka Sudovich. Jeffrey Michael Murtha. Susanna Taylor Calhoun. Alexa Rojek. Madison Ann House Tuck. Freya Maureen Helton. Lee Harrison Harold. Dominic Tran. Kylie Noel Jurger. Marie Emma Pollock Sad. Sarah Session. Derek Sikima. Christian Wilborn. Alex Duncan. Chloe Townsend. Elise Floriani. Devin Margaret Schmitz.
Dr. Karen Beck Dudley, Dean of the Thomas and Dorothy Levy School of Business, will present the candidates for degrees in the Levy School of Business. Dr. Gregory Baker of the Department of Management and Entrepreneurship will read aloud the names of the graduates from the school. Please wait until he has said your name before walking across the stage.
Candidates who have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Commerce in the Levy School of Business, that's all of you. Please rise. Father President, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the School of Business and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science as indicated by your Dean. Congratulations.
Please be seated until you are directed to rise. Will the first row please come forward? Rory Quinn Pancook. Evan Zhao Chen. Owen Felix Lyons. Aaron Brumbaugh. Jessica Marie Walsh. Brian Chang. Ryan Jurhal Cheng. Saul Dagadillo. Mike Gomez. Kimberly Isoon Barclay, Connie Jiang, Riley Moran, Ian Okuhata, Charles Campbell Crawford, Alan Max Katz, Charles Jeffrey Watson, Ryan Lorek, Matthew Richard Sipovich, Andrea Malia Yonamini, Casey Kathleen Vonderlin, Max Henry Krager, Carly K. Endo, Kyle Robert Metzger, Scott William Resnick, Brian Tate, Nicholas S. York, Christoph Cummers, Saya Gelikani, Yunwin Wang, Moy Tiav, Xian Lee, Simran Pentel, Christine Liu, Howard John Gold, Veronica Teresa Liu, Joseph Robert Plata, Catherine Lillian Wickstrom, Alexis Perez, Maria Clotilde von Massenhausen, Leah Ann Toriak, Adela Contreras Lopez, Jack Jun Sang Huang, Harrison Brent Yi, Clarice Masako Chan, Alvin Wei Choi, Tristan Anthony Ross, Colin Robert Curran, Matthew W. Haworth, Nicholas Pappas, Caleb Cater, Matthew Gregory Stark, John Vincent Lambert, Ryan Jeffrey Miller, Kyle Jacobs, Brian Buckley, Michael Anthony Ianniti, Bradley Keenan, Ryan Joseph Buchanan, Christy Chun, Russell Chen, Eric Lynn, Carly Jean Robertson, Madeline Mary Sheridan, Ryan Andrew O'Connor, Allison Rebecca Guess, Gary Hoyt Schlatter Jr., Riley Rowell Hout, Danielle Rose Hall, Emily Deborah Wu, Ana Rocio Guadalupe de Castro, Jian Ryan Sperling, Reynold Ian Nung Ong, Isabella Wu Zhang, Matilde Sayu Sasido, Kaylin Ichinosubo, Kelly Vi Nguyen, Mindy Luong, Catherine Richards, Cameron Clark McDowell, Kevin Patrick O'Brien, Daniel Patrick Medaglia, Brian Thomas Shump, Phoebe Luongo, Kate Elise Richter, Samuel Mitchell, Graham Allen Honig, Gavin Andres Artiga, Andrea Floor, Richard Philip Barber, Riley Nicole Pendergast, Melody Norrie, Mary Elizabeth Oldham Grinnell, Ian Austin. Kevin Briskini. Kyler Watson Burke. Chad Brown. Gurmukh Singh Gosal. Colin Jennings Chan. Andrew Jeffrey Halden. Daniel Keanu de Leonibus. Ethan Eisen. Audrey Kai Cheng. Lauren Kaylee Fan. Michael Ryan Fieber. James Michelle Eyre. Max Clements. David Fiore III. Sander French. Christian Andres Arana. Siddhant Nikam. John Ryan Brusa. Brock Michael Gustafson. Jason Givens. Joseph Maximilian Hedges. Matthew Cole Janettis. Robert Connor Garnett. Amanda Mary Hum. Nicholas Heliotis. John Christopher Codiga. Austin Dyer Gray. John Rask. Rachel Doris Garofoli. Claire French. Trevor Lansing Hufford. Christopher Arthur Halter. Kenneth Andrew Hernandez. Hannah Klingberg. Amy Salome Rote. Taryn Wing Tachino. Seraphine Sihuko C. Keeson Davis. Arjun Mauli. Pranav Swaminathan. Kevin Sean Gress. John Patrick Jerome Lucier. Matthew Scott Robinson. Derek Hu. Jordan Thomas Ford. Ryan Willett. Jack Robert Lorette. Cameron Basir Khan. Mark Winfield Kelly. Juan Rascon Borgia. Adriana Oliver. Lauren Ellen Knirk. Jen Kimura. James Lucas Kipper. Savina Mondadi. Rachel Jane Mara. Tyler Chisholm Holly Conkle. Guy Brewster Knapp Jr. Bradley Christian Sheffield. Keith Michael Seacon. Connor Clay Stubblefield. Riley Brown. Alexander Warren Davis. Maria Corey Haddad. Connor Lewis. Trent Sadler. Nicholas Basil Newbert. Joshua James Lorenzen. Alex Perlman. Jawala Moses Johns. Mark So. Callahan James Riley. Emma Ray Holton. Kenzie Mayer. Andrew William Hudlow. Kylie Akimi Ishii. Crystal Lamb. Jeffrey Liang. Ross Deniston. Connor Mika O'Hara. Mitchell Stanley McCaffrey. Garibaldi Nathaniel Sodarjo. Kevin Kantz. Jared William Peterson. Brian James Dobler. Taylor Alexandra Martin. Madeline Marie Ripley. Ian Declan Hansen. Chris Huber. Thomas Warren Vickers. Amaka Arlene Trimble Abo. Jonathan Saba. Alec Quinn Tin Chambers. Kyle Patrick Perez. Brendan John McMahon. Allison Marie Snare. Kelly Q. Ryan Harmon. Jack Conahan. Corinne Mary Foster. John Northrop Chapman. Sean Thomas Kakuuchi Volk. Mark Edward Malone. Daniel William Roberts. Alexander Matthew De Almeida. Bridget Stonecipher. Lauren Ann Tariak. Peyton Elizabeth Miller. Rachel Masako Wong. Kristen Adele Hughes. Margaret Louise Rose. Nicholas T. Ziskind. Melanie Vezjak Paus. Nicholas Charles Murray Wood. Cameron Tarasoli. Luis Manuel Yepes. Christian Stephen Gronberg. Laura Willems. David Stein. Zachary Castillo Feast. Ella Marie Fogel. Rachel Wiggins. Reese Jane Quantrell. Kayla Grace Bautista. Ophelia Yu. Spencer David Stubblefield. Aidan Lane Artero. Alexander James Sod. Mary Kate Elizabeth McGuire. Krishanu Lohani. Sahil Saini. Aditya Miriala. Sonia Jane. Shalini Garapalli. Sarah Michelle Bean. Stephanie Sam. Aaron Scudlark Fox. Fernando Gonzalez. Katrina Nicole Sanzi. Connor Jeffrey Dalbow. Justin Zumel. Rod Hajayan. Greg Dennis Paris. Connell John Garrity. Nolan Pierce O'Neill. Guy Lewis Malcolm. Mark Sickhand. Tyler Matthew Woodland. Robert Angelo Schulte. Gabriela Quintana. Shreyas Baliba. Michael Van Hoosen. Neha Nagesh. Jace Christopher Riley. Justin Zeng. Craig A. Miller. Robert McClure Curry III. Derek Ackerman. Evan Kavika Crawford. Justin Matthew Galvin. Aaron Elliott. Anna Rose Shutt. Rowan Whalen. Justin Wong. Joseph Connors. Rachel Waddell. Alexander Most. Ryan Paul McCarthy. Frederick Erlinson. Sean Moakley. Julian Frazier. Crystal Batshon. Lindsay May Cosgrove. Elizabeth Ventresca. Eulalie Marie Pleck. Hannah Jeannie. Victoria Elena Linares. Pamela Dogra. Lisa Milagros Shin. Caitlin Marie Garman. Sarah Yusuf Khalidi. Adriana Danielle Ekdwani. Eleanor Winnicky. Kathleen Marie Bariatua. Nithya Lulathi Kiran. Malika Pawa. Reba Bular. Michelle Namabadi. Joseph Robert Campbell. Austin Blankenship. Cecilia Chi Chu. Kevin Joseph Cronin. Cole Dennis. Claire Marie Dixon. Lorena Veronica Latore. Ching Fang Ye. Hua Hui Hao. Kaylin Arima. Rukika Panda. Rachel Alexis Liu. Carolyn Doe. Anna Zhang. Emily Sutherland. Valeria Grinberg. Alyssa Ray Fides. Kelly Elizabeth Houts. Madison Spearing. Caroline Ann Kalunga. Elizabeth Catherine Gerges. Mary Elizabeth O'Neill. William Franklin Ellis. Benjamin Santana. Max Willem Elfrink. Francesca Tabali. Charlie Murphy. Caroline Rose Cronin. Mary Marlowe Camblin. Peter Takeshi Partner. Megan Morris. Taylor Ann Fetter. Patrick McHenry. Amber Michelle Toothman. Ariana Nicole Gabrielson. Heather Marie Alton. Samuel Fisher Manilia. Jackson Wells Lorango. Elena Totsi. Megan Dana Rositano. Samantha Jasmine Kahn. Jessica Hugo. Grace Ann Williams. Cynthia Loretta Navis. Vanessa Laura Wilkinson. Johnny O'Sawyer. Jose Vizcaíno Jr. Zachariah McDaniel Martin. Jessica Recchi. Jessica Ramirez. Mahak Kumari. Christian Lorenzo Pernia. John E. Harden. Nicholas Youngmin Ha. Leopoldo Magana. Omar Herrera Luna. Trang T. Nguyen. Janice Kangrawinta. Angeline Nguyen. Masuda Habib. Alexander Wu. Larissa Stephanie Sun. Ryan William Abumrad. Luis Manuel Gutierrez. Joseph Gassan. David Anthony Ibarra. Tom E. Haddad. Josh Bishop de la Cruz Alfonso.
Dr. Ron Danielson, Interim Dean of the School of Engineering, will present the candidates for degrees from the School of Engineering. Dr. Ruth Davis of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering will read aloud the names of the graduates from the school. Please wait until Dr. Davis has said your name before walking across the stage.
You can do better than that. Candidates who have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the School of Engineering, please rise. Father President, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the school and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Science as indicated by your Dean. Congratulations.
Please be seated until you're directed to rise. May the first row please come forward. Murray James Barthow. Carl Victor Baumgartner. Kyle Daniel Carter. Madison Lee Berry. Matthew Christopher Curtin. Megan Randalls Nolte. Michael Robert Brescia. Rosemary Catherine McDonough. Claire Marie Holtquist. Madeline K. Eichen. Ryan James Messersmith. Matthew Kordonsky. Daniela Campa. Angel Cardenas. Grace Ling. Hong Kamtran Chow. Lipakshi Johar. Alice Ogawa Matsuda. Haley Estelle McNamara. Julia Lanaha. Kyle N. Markfield. William Thomas Newcomb. Daniel Placencia. Kyle Andrew Sullivan. Atticus John McCoy. Alyssa Yang. Delaney Ruth Gray. Alex Lovell Hadsell. Jessica Marie Talamantes. Shi Yin Lim. Katrina May. Brianna Nicole Mashima Gu. Jyotsna Gopinath. Nathaniel H. Gurma. Fabian Chavez. Peter Theodore Koros. Angela Yunko Chang. Richard Earl Matthews. Brianna Dominique Eremita. Melissa Delita Ilian Carrillo. Jordan Kenichi Cho. Marcos Alejandro Sahines. Douglas David Jones. John Ketchum O'Hagan. Kira Ann Murphy. Jackson Matthew Bordelon. Monique May Hansen. Ashton Elizabeth Politz. Joao Luis Gonzaga Etrusco. Spencer Larson. Merrick Michael Kosick. Sedona Lesa. Nikita Jingar. Karen Christina Komshian. Karen Francis Carrion. Shannon Nito Edwin, Dominic Magdaluyo, Paul William Ahrens, Riley Russell Bergen, Mason Bruce, Samuel Keegan Burns, Melina Victoria Sanchez, Fernando Camilo Guerra, Connor Davis, Robert Patrick Harriet, Nathaniel Kragas, Tristan Islam, Benjamin Vahid Squire Brown, Hamilton Koch, Axel Andre Perez, Cesar Tessin, Trevor Liu, Francesco Petrini, Jacob John Day, Asa Jacob, Christian Daniel Quintero, Brandon J. Craig, Robert Culkin, Peyton Renee Bradsky, Timothy Ryan Schur, Rachel Goldstein, Juliana Shihade, Connor Alton Caraher, Stephen Samuel Poth, Jacob Edwin Vargas, Alex Peter Cherechian, Arshi Jujara, Glenn Alexi Chandler, Zachary Daniel Belay, Paul Antonio Jin, Sarah Allison Johnson, Peace Mallory Ropion, Vineet Joshi, Simran Kaur Judge, Thomas Joseph King, Matthew Paul Jositis, Ruwin Lee, Yutong Lee, Connor F. Lucier, Samantha Tomiko Lee, Jeffrey Nguyen, Derek Masao Nakamura, Daniel Tomei Okazaki, Stephen Joseph Patzva, Andrew H. Nguyen, Michael Dallo, Pedro Emilio Sanchez Munoz, Andre Vinauskas, Manuel Alejandro Sanchez, Alfredo Sepulveda Van Hoord, Peter Landon Paulson, Neil Sempamane, Terry Shee, Osama Schuber, David Cameron Taylor, Brendan Michael Watamura, Victor Yu, Madison Kayla Martin, Liam Walker, Marco John Trapani, Haobo Zhang, Patrick Zhang, Maur Bernstein, Shane Buck, Alexander Robert Moran, Hannah Sheldon, Ann Lynn Shaw, Bradford Kidd, Cole Willem Chrisman, Eli Vincent Yale, William Chapman McMullen, Keith Joseph Doré, Matthew John Belford, Andrew Martin Torrance, Jonathan Arian Borst, Riley Marie High Albright Borden, Michelle Carlson, Andrew Chen, Devin William Meadows, Charles Culberson, Derek Lau, Deborah Alejandra Flores, Elisas Gonzalez, Jamie Ferris, Fiona Allen Bell, Tin Hiao Jiang, Jan Vincent Otting, Nicholas Michael Fernandez, Luis Acevedo, Joseph Andrew Bodo, Brendan Tyler Stone, James Olivas, Maggie Linqui Kai, Bernardo Guardado Quevedo, Barry Chapman Bishop, Michael Ryan Tuttle, Cole Hunter, Kobe James Jacobson, Daniel Weber, Tyler Christopher Hack, Alfredo Munoz, Jonathan Sebastian Espinoza, Daniel Torre, Evan Michael Mizuraka, Kaylee Mannon Dobson, Vincent Santamaria Sikat, Patrick McCurdy, Brent Takeshi Hosoma, Rosemary Jo Cole, Connor Tish, Michael Manish Mehta, Tyron O'Rourke, Hannah Sisney, Logan Smith, Catherine Van Blomestein, Oliver Silverberg, Ryan Alexander Boyce, Christopher Vergara Carpio, Tatiana Natasha Schluep, Timothy Michael Jaworski, Vincent Lee Heyman, Nikhil Rupal Trivedi, Corey Seiji Yamagata, Colton Kenskoff Rod, Jonathan M. Keys, Matthew Lograsso, Patrick Ryan Kearney, Charles Baird Markison, Jaden William Zimmerman, Sally Park, Samantha Madeline Song, Simon Stauber, Matthew Ryan Wong, Casey Schwerab, Ronak Gajrawala,
Dr. Debbie Tomasabi, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, will present the candidates for Bachelor of Science degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Lisa Whitfield of the Department of Psychology will read aloud the names of the graduates from the college. Please wait until Dr. Whitfield has said your name before walking across the stage.
Candidates who have been approved for the degree of Bachelor of Science in the College of Arts and Sciences, please rise. Father President, I have the honor to present for their degrees those candidates who have been approved by the faculty of the college and by the Board of Trustees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer on you the degree of Bachelor of Science as indicated by your Dean. Congratulations.
Please be seated until you are directed to rise. Will the first row please come forward? Kirsten Susanna Brady, Isabella Norelius, Natalie Grace Elam, Anne Elizabeth Eldridge, Maya Kaneko, Emily Helene Caprio, Aaron Keiko Kobayashi, Joseph Lucas Ventura, Michael Walsh, Tom J. Kim, Teresa P. Chu, Amrita Ram, Robert Matthew Seavey, Lane Cunningham, Sean Reese Wallace, Joseph Jasper Andry, Isabella Trevine Whitworth, Nicholas Chang Wu, Justin H. Chin, Matthew Owen Gill, Tess Gunnels, Vivian Avila, Grayson Claire Palmer, Isis Dominique Navarro, Anthony Ryan Dinkle, Emily Kathleen Hamlin, Madeline Macaulay Bollinger, John Connor Montemayor, Jessica Lynn Crockett, Robert Joseph Enright, Taylor Amber Ilinsky, Alexis Marie Amano, Nita Kumar, David Heil, Mason Marie Seeley, Damon Rideau, Kayla Williams, Veronica Pinedo Marquez, Brianna Jaslyn Borayo, Bo Scott, Caitlin Victoria Matz, Laurel Nicole Santos, Simran Sandhu, Alexa Nicole Silvestri, Malia Alexandra Belknap, Hope Sandra McGowan, Hannah Buck, Jenna Elizabeth Edmondo, Omar Hamade, Megan Lynn Murphy, Nicole Ann Mushawar, Carolina Stephanie Tenesala, Evelyn Gonzalez, Carissa Angelica Kayanan, Michelle Tao Mitron, Lauren Dana Paxton, Atessa Asal Sagun, Vivian Buitu, Malia Saida, Sonia Kapoor, Bhaviata Vadavali, Christy Huang, Ashley On, Akshay Pal, Colin William Nowirski, Adam Christopher Liu, Sean Thomas Driscoll, Lita Koshniat Rod, Hannah Kim, Audrey Hansen, Brooke Baggett, Justina Lin, Angela Elizabeth Huang, Kaveni Ibarra, Anna Hooker, Hannah Boz, Milena Dragovic, Shreya Juggi, Edlimar Paola Delgado, Steffi Tabares Ruiz, Kyla Yamashita, Nicholas Joshua Shuli, Elise Dong, Jake Kenji Kawasaki, Samantha Arlie Parker, Sarah Sorden, Kelsey Ray Barnard, Harrison Richard Cito, Yilin B., Brooke Shano, Riley Ann Winden, Sydney Hiroto, Victoria Monique Rodriguez, Rachel Lopez, Caitlin Elizabeth McKay, Hallie Jane Friedfeld, Rachel Ann Budillo, Brooke Van Ryswick, Alexandra Rose Simon, Lena Awadala, Duncan William Gill, Matthew Paul Schott, Timothy Daniel Moriarty, Morgan Ann McKenzie, Nicholas Aiello, Lucas Dorward, Nima Emrani, Adam Scott Olive Beeler Lammers, Kyle Ip, Caroline Wynn Liu, Joseph John Dion, Spencer Jacob Chin, Daniel Shaw Rogers, Grace Ann Joseph, Corinna Chong, Lynn Tura, Jacob Amedi, Andres Mauricio Calle, Caroline Patricia Lingosari, Yuki Su, Daniel Kane Zhang, Nicholas Joseph Privitera, Andrea Seiching Chan, Nicholas Paul Freeman, Sinclair P. Chen, Andrew James Houts, Connor James Kelly, Justin Liu, Daniel Demeter, Jonathan Sungwoo Pak, Sammy Steve Poulos, Michael Fedor, Jesse Dean Mayer, Walter Liu, Nora G. McGinley, Samantha Top, Felicia Kwan, Aiden Joseph Rubert, Sabina Nicole Zacco, Joseph Patrick Meehan, Megan Noel McGinnis, Manuel Eduardo Munguia, Ilyas Ibrahim Rinalolu, Christopher Matthew Yates, Jack Hunter Dishman, Spencer Min Win, Michelle Yun, Sydney T. Win, Justman Raj Singh, Justin Hoan Reed, Abe Vorshni, Sam Sanjeev Suri, Nishith Basarava Ulagadi, Harshan Aravindakshan, Juan Wang, Jerry Chunky Shao, Victoria Mary Talty, Garrett Michael Woodford-Berry, David Don Vu, Christine Tan McKnight, Liam Delaney Van Seal, Stephen William Toynton, Natalie Ann Taylor Wilson, Daniel Helk Barkhorn, Victoria Nuri Huang, Luke Diradorian, Nicholas Weston Souza, Michael Stephen Wu, Kristen Elise Anderson, Christopher Blaze Balabin, Christian Andrew Batista, Megan Chin, Ross Thomas Corey, Emily Machado, Carson Bodie, Jonathan Larkin, Jacob Michael Rendina, Scott Thomas Zernation, Christopher John Ashton, Peter Anthony Fisher, Matthew Peyton Blankenship, Dominic Garrett Orsi, Samuel Briggs Boyd, Patrick Stephen Hess, Dylan Caton, John Westfall Bird, Michael Dexter Child, Ryan Matthew Saylor, Megan Danielle Oliveira, Ellie McDougall Higgins, Megan Ann Dahl, Addison Linnea Ferrance, Brittany Nalani Connor, Connor Shondavy, Tyler Shondavy, Grant Steffen, Ryan Doyle Zimmel, Michael Vincent Bono, Alexander Kramer, Jack Patrick Carlson, Kalina Minna Joffrey, Leif Arthur Almaroff, Ian McDonald, Alejandro Suger Giono, Dylan Lynn Gustafson, Natalie Rose Obradovich, Patrick Lawrence Haid, Madeline Louise Seelert. Santino Cuccinello. George Chris Pallas. Asher Bowen Dawson. Drew Alexander Borgi Veneris. Matthew Alexander Balcom. Andrew Handland Bolich. Elizabeth Shields. Liam Brendan Healy. Ray Nathaniel Coloma Villamor. Isabel Colleen Carberry. Elliot Claire Nichols. Christopher Francini. Michael Nicholas Rogers. John Birchman Pascal. Christopher William Harris. Christopher Stephen Collins. William I. Fitzgerald, H. Fitzgerald. Daniel Pusak. Caroline Keaton McDonald. Peyton John Hummelt. Thomas Saita. Brendan Flannan Malloy. Sarah Hitchcock Mason. Jordan Tiffany Purcell. Pedro Dantas da Silva. Adrian Christine Sheeler. Elizabeth Ray Sexton. Jay Meda. Jack Jaffe. Mark Elon Gunning. Owen Robert Gillis. Connor James Melvin. Lauren Mina Roderick. William Fong. Richard Minsuk Yang. Michelle Alejandra Borrego. Braden James Aki. Benjamin Smith. Wesley Kento Dennison. Peter Sushka. Catherine Ashley Durden. Sandra Taylor. Shravan Jagannathan Ramaswamy. Christian Michael Plank. Logan Lewis Hansen. Jesse Meeks. Todd Goins Porter. Gianluca Domenico Onorato. Brittany S. Waltenberg. Ileana Andrea Ray. Robert Schloff. Samuel Stevenson Packard. Kelly Moravik Madden. Jose Javier Angel Gonzalez. Adrian Cobian. Brian Matthew Murphy. Christopher James Murphy. Salam Adisu. Hassan Meshek. George Yates. Emma Curry Gilson. Anne Catherine Luce. Neha Sharmu. Brock Maxim Santi. George Liu. Stephen Kenji Yoshimoto. Tui Lee. Hana Bustamante. Shravani Tumalachetti. Rushita Patel. Alicia Shaw. Musab Nadim. Marianne Christina Fenwick. Sarah Elizabeth Hibbs. Teresa Schofield. Aaron Ronald. Alyssa Marie Newman. Jessica Shelby Franco. Samantha Bennett. Madison Hawkins Cirilla. Brianna Lynn Johnson. Abigail Suster. Anne Graham. Zachary T. Gianotti. Jean-Baptiste Tooley. Henry Paul Amistoy. James Wong. Vanessa Kaylee Shin. Miranda Whitman. Taylor Joseph Holliday. Jeremy Gamelin. Ty Marcus Okuno. Elizabeth McGuffey Eimerman. Sophia Isabella Schnitzer. Elizabeth McCormick Rickley. Heather Emma Freeman. Jamie Marie Jenkins. Emily Hyomin Moon. Diane Abigail Achacoso Menardo. Kristen Elizabeth Godfrey. Hannah Ream. Julia Kathleen Green. Aisha Salahu. Ashley Noel Costa. Adriana Hilario. Crystal Maria Rodriguez. David Alexander Traver. Shara Talia Menezes. Rachel Marie Cal. Karina Michelle Mazenhalder. Sneha Ramesh. Caitlin Lucy Colton. Oras Pongpanangnam. Tyler Tie-Dye Pham. Max Eberhardt. Trent Booth Osland. Carlos Rafael Sandoval Ayote. Jacob Edward Mathai. Marie Canapo. Frances Christine McCall. Ellen Stearns Cruzy. Sage Pahola Buzini. Joseph Cha. Andrew Paul Salinas. Andrea Maria Elena Miranda. Kevin Joseph Ponte. Michael Nelson Hindry. Ethan Amir Drapak. Robert Grant Findley. Isabella C. Field. Madeline Caruso. Katrina Samante. June Kissel. Hey, Audrey Francis Albright. Anne Marie Andrews. Maxwell Anthony Farmer. Madison Clark. Megan Grace Kenny. Audrey Danziger. Danielle Anaforian. Leticia Costa Guimaras. Noor Darwish. Hala Darwish. Salma Ismail. Daniel Sarusi. Alexander Scott Dimmer. Wilder Nicholas Boyden. Adam Marai. Connor Tim Fitzgerald. Antonio Fortis. Madison G. Maston. Patrick Reed Metcalf. Richard Joseph Spolzino. Matthew Jehun Kim. Andrew Joseph Boyle Kraus. Sarah Isabel Laughlin. Huda Navaid. Bridget Louise Rigoli. Isaac Jonathan Reed. Annie Elizabeth Martin. Allison Monique Guzman. Lander J. Eichholzer. Helen McIntyre Hansen. Sophia Leila Serdengechti. David J. Myers. Alex Moore. Mark Anthony Vogel. Haley Hickman. Colleen Black. Corey Chet Bearclaw. Robert Neville Beck. Owen Connor O'Mahony. Vincent Joseph Sunzeri. Brandon Gillingham. Aiden Thomas Lee. Jordan Zanders. Christina Rose Gallagher. Joseph Anthony Salazar. Michael Leon Panetta. Samantha Marie Perez. Jordan Taylor Jones. Hassan Saeed. Nicole Schumacher. Jonathan Alexander Johnson. Carl Andrew Allers. Gwyneth Ramsey. Kelly Brianna Hugo. Cameron Osvaldo G. Andrew Kevin Hodges. Wesley Drew Dufelmeyer. Hector Efren Martinez Sigala. Maria Guadalupe Cecilia Munoz Yepes. Matthew Chang. Leah Megan Disa. Vincent Agredo. Brandon Villanueva. Nicole Fong Bruyer. Juliana E. Garcia. Sachi K. Parak. Lena Arisa Ohanyan. Elizabeth Namakula Kamya. Gianna Rose Caffini. Kayla Ray Goldsmith. Elizabeth Ann Wilson. Violet Isabel Dana. Lauren Christine Valeri. Sabia Jean Viswanathan. Jolisa Ivana Sueza. Nicholas Nagy. Adrian Marcos Delgado. Chiquico Washington. Fabiola Cardenas Ruiz. Yasina Ayana Day. Ronalia Day. Olivia Rose Howard Richard. Jasminder Baines. Alejandra Sanchez Arias. Areli Celeste Hernandez. Perla Luna. Lucy Lorena Robles. Chasley Maria Lamas Torres. Jeanette Orozco. Efren Antonio Ashla Stambito. Madeline Wilcox. Maeve Driscoll. Alexander Corries. Oliver Martin. Sarah Elliott Porter. Jonathan Grant Schaefer. Austin Jared Reyes. Travis J. Howard. Matthew George McGarry. Taylor Madison Odom. Tatiana Inez del Rosario San Juan. Neil Christopher Brorson. Julia Margaret Piacentini. Lily Charles Padula. Catherine A. Manabach. Nithi Rune Bandrapali. Jaslyn Mariana Sandoval. Paloma Diana Contreras. Shagun Patel. Vanessa Kalek. Anna Marie Buss. Sonia Jillian Nikolich. Samantha Teal Millington. Laura Mansour. Madison Haggerty. Aaron Torrey Schulhofer. Henry McPherson. Alexander Victor Baldonado. Alexander John McLeod. Josetta Malia Elena Fatuese. Drew Claudia Nga Paki Rangi Marama Toleafoa. Miriam Laws. Andrea C. Huang. Michelle Mintu Tran. Eugene Kim. In Young Zhang. Mara Dominguez. Varsha Kalavar. Leslie Gilio. Jennifer Lynn Schultz. Alyssa Marie Mueller. Robin Ann Brainart. Catherine Scott. Lindsay Parker Lee. Emma Morgan Carpenter. Madeline Claire McNamara. Nicole Jalen Beltran. Iwade Amabel Ologobasele. Julian Ray Casal Baldovino. Sophia Marie Sparagana. Petra Anatalia Nelkin. Claire Brigid Capelotto. Nicola Rose Grabino. Christina Marie Kraus. Leah Maxine Starr. Lindsay St. Clair. Marina Renate Schmitz. Mira Dewan. Daniel Alling. John Nickley Kuntz. Sophia Ann Rhodes. Riley Nicole Richardson. Catherine J. Conley. Noel A. Lara. Jeffrey G. Garcia. Anna Paris Hyder. Diana Garibay. Rachel Schneider. Tatiana Caroline Kane. Jocelyn Grace Sanchez Denardo. Michelle Canny. Ariana Alvarez. Carolina B. Perez Ramirez. Raylene Hernandez. Aisha Sadat. Sean Warwick. Marva Hama Gorlawulu. Javier Christian Ramirez. Lucas Winston Eliason. Timothy Natchin Lee. Andres Jimenez. Maria Guadalupe Sanchez Morales. Brandon Stephen Machado. Grant Fallardo. Mackenzie Drysdale Bright. Zach Hamade.
Congratulations to the class of 2019. Now, we'll continue to celebrate in a minute, but now Samantha Perez, President of the Associated Student Government, a graduating senior majoring in political science and English, who will be working with homeless advocacy in San Francisco after graduation, will now introduce the valedictorian.
Hello, class of 2019. I have the distinguished pleasure and honor of introducing our valedictorian for this year, Owen Felix Lyons. Owen is a political science and finance double major with an economics minor. He is a Johnson Scholar, a Hackworth Fellow, a member of the ACE program in the Levy School of Business, and a lead scholar. Owen will be traveling over the summer to visit family before starting as a forensic analyst at KPMG in San Francisco. Now, Owen will come forward to deliver the valedictory address. Owen?
Thank you, Sam, Father Eng, Interim Provost Kloppenberg, and of course, Mr. Martin Shane. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. 3 days before our first year began, while sitting in the lounge at McLaughlin Walsh, flanked by Fernando Gonzalez and Omar Luna, two friends I'd met only 4 days before, I shared my fears of whether I, the son of two Irish farm-raised immigrants, belonged to SEU. I felt like an imposter. During Lead Week, a 6-day orientation period for first-generation college students in the week before college begins, I realized I was not alone in feeling that way. And ironically, it was that shared sense of uncertainty and fear that began an expedition into the transformative encounters that would define my Santa Clara education. You became my community, a community of people searching for a home at SEU, slowly realizing that this journey would demand struggle. It was in this solidarity with you that I began to gain the confidence to engage with my own discomfort, to address society's complicated issues, and to develop a set of core values that would serve as my compass. I've grown to appreciate this struggle as a necessary challenge, one that has brought me a better understanding of both myself and my communities. My journey to Santa Clara was difficult. For my parents, responsibilities at home and on the farm took priority over traditional education. Soon after reaching their 20s, they set out for America in search for better opportunities. Having parents who did not attend university is, and was, understandably challenging. However, although my parents could not help with the practicalities of being a college student, what they provided was significantly more foundational. Their experience instilled in me the importance of perseverance, of staying true to your values, and of giving back to the communities. That sense of self, of virtue, of responsibility has remained constant in me even when everything else has not. Like most journeys, mine consisted of wrong turns and wavering courage. I questioned my place at SEU, at times struggling to find that sense of belonging. However, I always returned to those lessons gained from my parents, lessons that taught me how to live my life. After graduation, we will face a similar challenge: to accept the challenge of society's most pressing issues with the lessons learned from our education and our families and community, such as those instilled in me by my parents, or to settle into the streams of our daily lives. The Greek myth of Icarus models the choice that we'll have to make. While attempting to escape imprisonment from a tall tower, Icarus and Daedalus finally collect enough candle wax and feathers to make 2 pairs of wings for themselves. Before leaving, Daedalus warns Icarus not to fly too close to the sun, but exhilarated by his newfound ability, he does just that. The heat melts the wax holding together the wings, and Icarus plummets into the sea. Like Icarus, we're constantly surrounded by warnings not to fly too high. This lesson is everywhere, from Iron Man to Fahrenheit 451 to Kanye West lyrics. But along the way, its meaning has been warped. Society commonly references Daedalus' warning of flying too close to the sun, but neglects the other caution of the story, that of flying too low, in case the salt from the waves gets caught in the wings and drags you down anyway. When we exit the safety of Vari, Bannon, Lucas, and of course Bellamy, we'll be met with many opportunities to conform, to fly lower than we actually should. Many of us will be handed a laptop, assigned a desk, and asked to contribute to the value of an organization that helps its bottom line. The easiest choice is to settle into this occupation, ready to fall back on the safety of our careers. We'll begin to hide our talents and convictions, fearing to challenge the prevailing wisdom. Opportunities for flying low surround us. They exist in our small daily choices, such as my failure to get up for Alex Perlman's 8 a.m. yoga classes, and in larger institutional choices. Failing to respect all members of the community, including undocumented students, adjunct faculty and lecturers, and Benson Memorial Center workers, is flying too low. Santa Clara has given us a great privilege in the classroom and out, meaningful only if we engage with our social conscience. In the classroom, we gathered the wax and feathers to fashion our own sets of wings. Through immersion trips, international fellowships, and other opportunities to engage with social justice issues in our own communities, we learned how to fly. However, we've still existed within the bubble. Until now, we've flown in safe classrooms where we could repeat what we had previously read or heard. Upon exiting the confines of campus, we have to fly on our own and make choices about what it means to fly too high or too low, to maintain the societal status quo, or to engage with the issues that strain our hearts and challenge our minds. Like Icarus, when we jump from the tower, we will be encouraged to fly low and under the radar. Today, I ask you to put aside that fear of flying too close to the sun. When you witness sexism or gender-based discrimination in the workplace, fly higher. When you're tasked with making the choice between material comforts and environmental justice, fly higher. When you're confronted by rhetoric antithetical to your values, engage with it and fly higher. Recognize not only your opportunity, but your responsibility. When complicated issues arise within your communities, fly into them. We've been prepared for this by years spent in and out of the classroom. We have learned together, loved together, struggled together. Beyond all else, we have contributed to this campus community together, a factor that should not and cannot be discounted. Do not fall into the trap of evaluating your impact either at Santa Clara or beyond, based on a transcript or a ledger. The experiences that you have had, the love and respect and community here on campus cultivates that energy that gives us the courage to jump. Remember the joy of the Mission Gardens during spring quarters, of late night mozzarella sticks from the Bronco, and of playing Gonzaga our first year and losing by only 2 points. Savor the countless hours you've put into Love Jones, Rainbow Prom, Global Village, Midnight Breakfast, the Santa Clara, and so many other passions. Think of the times you soared a little higher and the lessons gained. Recognize the community that we share and our responsibility to care for, to delight in, and to promote the humanity of others. When you confront challenges that prove discouraging and are tempted to fly a lower, easier route, call on the skills you have gained from your education, friends, and family to retain that higher altitude. Today, we become alumni of Santa Clara University, tasked with using our own voices to confront the problems before us. I hope that my words can be a call to action, a challenge to face society's most pressing issues in pursuit of knowledge and justice, and an invitation to fly higher. Thank you, and go Broncos.
Thank you, Owen. Thank you for encouraging all of us to fly higher. We're so proud of you and your classmates. Not only do you belong within the Bronco family, you've shaped our community and made us better. Before we close our ceremony with the singing of the alma mater and the benediction, I wish to thank our honorees for being here today. Thank you again, Mr. Sheen, for a terrific address. I also want to thank Father Eng as he celebrates this morning his 11th and final undergraduate commencement as president of Santa Clara University. I want to thank the staff who've supported our students through thick and thin, and in particular those who served as ushers and guides today. In a moment, I'd like to invite the graduating seniors to join me in thanking the faculty who've been your teachers and mentors, who've challenged and empowered you to achieve your full potential. I would particularly like to express our thanks to the faculty who are retiring this year. Would all of the faculty please stand? Finally, I want to invite the graduates to thank your friends and family, especially your parents, who've been with you and supported you through your years at Santa Clara University. Would all the graduates please rise and give your parents and loved ones a hand? Thank you all for being here for our joyous celebration. Please stand for the alma mater and remain standing for the benediction. The alma mater will be sung by graduating seniors from the Santa Clara University Chambers Singers.
Santa Clara, alma mater, lo, our hearts are pledged to thee. El Dorado's firstborn daughter, who beside the western sea, where the palm and olive mingle, bade the torch of science burn. When our footsteps bear us from thee back to thee, our hearts will turn. This the mission bells are telling, as exultingly they ring. Santa Clara, alma mater, sweet they sing. Where the palm and olive mingle, proudly raise their heads on high. In the earliest fane of science, built beneath our western sky.
That was beautiful. Thank you. The benediction will be given by Julio Garcia Jimenez, a graduating senior from Vail, Colorado, with a major in communication and Spanish, who will end this commencement with a benediction prayer.
Loving God, as we approach the end of our time here at Santa Clara University, we thank you for the wisdom, friendships, and skills that you have blessed us with. These past years have not been easy, but today we walk away with the tools and knowledge to conquer any challenge. Gracias, Señor, por nuestros padres, familiares y amigos que nos acompañaron en nuestro camino en la universidad. Te pedimos para que su amor, espíritu y confianza sigan con nosotros en este nuevo capítulo de nuestras vidas. We pray for all the faculty, staff, and workers of SCU so they may receive the respect and treatment that they deserve to continue touching our lives with their invaluable work in the classroom and around campus. Te pedimos también, Señor, que nuestras alas nos permitan volar alto y explorar nuevos destinos, y que nuestros pies nos mantengan siempre plantados en nuestras raíces para siempre recordar de dónde venimos. Ayúdanos a crear puentes y no muros para unirnos en hermandad y juntos luchar por un mundo mejor. Guide us, God, to become wise leaders and influencers in this generation, not conformed to the world, but transformed by your power and love. May we use our vocations and passions to seek justice in the world and inspire others to continue on this path of companionship and solidarity. Escúchanos y bendícenos siempre, Señor. God, hear our prayer and continue to bless us always. Amen.
Muchas gracias, Julio. The graduation exercises will conclude with a recessional of faculty, distinguished guests, and administrators. Please remain standing in place until the recessional is completed and the platform party has left the stadium. For those of you with reservations to attend the alumni picnic, I invite you to make your way over to Bellamy Field. Congratulations to you, the class of 2019, and to your families. May God bless the newest alumni of Santa Clara University. Congratulations.